Hey y'all, welcome back to Fusioneers. Today we're going to be doing a circular tray with patterns in Slicer. This is a little bit easier than the previous circular tray with patterns in Fusion, so hopefully you'll get something out of it. Alright, so this was our first original circular tray we did, and then this was the second one where we made a bunch of patterns in Fusion, and so now I want to show you a little bit easier way to do some patterns for this circular tray, and we'll do that in the Slicer. So what I want to do is just go ahead and copy this original circular catch-all tray again. So we're going to copy it, make sure it's just the same folder as the other files, and then we're going to rename it, and we're going to say with patterns in Slicer. All right, now I'm going to open that up, make sure that you're in the right file here, patterns in Slicer. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to keep this how it is. We're going to make one more sketch. So create sketch, click here, and then we're going to make a center diameter circle. So click here on the center, and then we're just going to draw it out and then dimension it to, let's say 80 millimeters here, and then click finish sketch. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to split the body so that we have two separate bodies. So modify split body. And then you're going to have to turn on your sketch again. And let's just make sure that that first one here is turned on, or the second one is turned on. And then we're going to select this body, and then our splitting tool is going to be that circle that we just drew. You can see here that it's cutting straight through our body and it's going to separate them. So click OK. And then if you go to bodies, you'll see that we have two separate ones here. So let's go ahead and rename this. This is going to be circular insert, and then let's make this a circular outer body. All right, and so now let's just export both of these to your files for 3D printing. So just gonna click OK, save, and then file, 3D print again, and then click OK. And so you can see that it's naming it based on what we have it here. So that should be easy to find. Click save. All right, so now I'm gonna open up PrusaSlicer, and then I'll show you what to do from there. All right, so I have PrusaSlicer opened up over here, and then I have my circular tray files here. So I'm just gonna drag both of them in. And so you'll see how they both come in together. It actually looks like one piece. And then I'm gonna also just show you, if I did it one at a time, we'll see if they'll figure out what we want. So that's one at a time. And so it still kind of snaps into place. So just going to go ahead and maximize this real quick. All right, so once we have these in place, the big thing that we want to do is we're just going to turn off the top and bottom layers of this so we can see the infill. So select that inner body there and right click. And then we're going to go down to layers and perimeters. And you'll see over here that it has a new little entry box here. And so our bottom layers, we're going to make that 0. We're also going to make our perimeter 0. And then we're going to make our top side layers 0. And then let's change layer height to 0.2. This will just kind of be dependent on your particular setup. And then click slice now. And so you can see here that we just turned off the top and bottom layers. And we have a nice little pattern there in the middle that's pretty nice to look at. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this part again, and then right click, and then let's see if I can get my face out of the way. So we're going to right click again, and then we're going to come down here to infill, and then you can change this from gyroid to something like honeycomb. So once you change it to honeycomb, the other thing to do is to change the fill density. I'll just go ahead and slice it and let you see what it looks like. So this looks good, but it's probably a little too sparse. So if you turn this up to like 40%, I think that's kind of a sweet spot. And so now you have a pretty nice looking little pattern there in the middle. I really didn't have to do that much work other than split the body and then just import both bodies. And that's just something that's really easy to do, to make a pattern. You don't have to do much as far as like computer processing. The slicer really does most of it for you. And this usually comes out pretty nice on a pretty standard 3D printers. So hopefully you got something out of this, and let me know if you have any questions about it. Thanks for watching.